this video, I'll explain why I am yet another credit card YouTuber that's all about Hyatt, at least for right now as we look to book our honeymoon here in just a few weeks. But it may not be for some of the same reasons why other people love Hyatt, whether it be the points guy's valuation of Hyatt points at 1.7 cents per point, the highest amongst all the hotel chains, or some of the stories that you might hear about people getting 5-10 cents per point for their Hyatt redemptions. And you are going to absolutely hate the way I plan on using my Chase UR or Hyatt points, I can promise you that. Very recently, I revamped my wedding credit card roadmap for 2025 to include at least one Hyatt credit card for a couple of different reasons that I'll get into. And I first want to cover the differences between the business and the personal cards so you can get a better sense of why I made the decision that I did just a week ago to apply for one of these cards. I want to start by saying both of these cards are pretty trash if I'm being honest, and quite honestly, using Chase Ultimate Rewards earning cards or even the Built MasterCard and then transferring to Hyatt may be the better way to go in most cases. And that's the case even if you are a Hyatt loyalist, unless you're chasing Hyatt Status or are really after some of those free night awards that you can get with these cards, but I'll leave that for you to decide towards the end of this video. First, taking a look at the personal card, this is a $95 annual fee card, and the sign-up bonus is advertised as giving you 60,000 Hyatt points, although once you get into the fine print, you can see that there's definitely some BS going on here. As you can see, you're earning 30,000 Hyatt points after 3,000 in spend in just the first 3 months of holding the card. Then the additional 30,000 points doesn't actually come in the form of a sign-up bonus. Essentially, the card is just giving you 2x back on an additional 15,000 in spend to get you up to that 60,000 point total. Taking a look at the earnings on this card, the first one being that 9x back on Hyatt purchases, although this one again is a little bit misleading and I guess is kind of the theme across both of these Hyatt credit cards with the way they're marketing both of these. You're actually only earning 4x back by holding either of these Hyatt personal or business credit cards, and the additional 5x back comes from being a World of Hyatt member. So not that it's the end of the world, but I definitely think it's some interesting marketing tactics, I guess we'll call it, with these World of Hyatt credit card. Other spending multipliers with this card include 2x back on restaurants or airline tickets purchased directly through the airlines, on local transit, or on fitness club and gym memberships. And outside of that, you're earning 1x back for all of your other spend. Getting down to some of the benefits with this card, you can see that you're eligible for a category 1 through 4 free night award with the personal World of Hyatt card, although that does only come after your first account anniversary. So outside of the sign-up bonus in year 1, there's really no other way that you can help offset the $95 annual fee. Just down below that, you can see that you are eligible to receive an additional free night award if you are able to spend $15,000 on this card in a calendar year. And scrolling down just a little bit further, with both of these cards, you are getting Discoverist Status, which is essentially just one step above being a base member through Hyatt. As you can see here, you're not really getting a whole lot with Discoverist Status, especially when compared to the coveted Globalist Status for World of Hyatt. Some of the base level benefits include the ability to earn that 5x back by being a Hyatt member, the ability to earn towards those different free night awards. You are getting member rates when booking through Hyatt for different Hyatt properties. With Discoverist, you're also getting the full suite of benefits associated with the Mr. and Mrs. Smith booking platform, which Hyatt did partner with this platform earlier in 2024. And while it definitely hasn't been widely accepted, I do want to cover this in a little bit of detail because it will come into play when it comes to why I decided to apply for one of these cards and how I plan on using these points. As per other Hyatt properties, you're getting that 5 base point earning on any Hyatt booking. You're also getting the standard tier bonus points and credit towards earning tier status and milestone rewards when staying at a Mr. and Mrs. Smith property. And Mr. and Mrs. Smith bookings also count towards a Brand Explorer award, which you can get when staying at 5 different unique Hyatt brands. Outside of that, other things like maybe premium internet, you get some bottled water when you get to the property, or I guess you do potentially have the chance to get upgraded, although the upgrade, at least for the case of Discoverist, is very limited to only a room within the same tier essentially, and that's only available upon check-in. This card actually does give you a path towards earning a higher tier status within Hyatt's platform of giving you 5 qualifying nights each account anniversary year, as well as the ability to earn 2 additional qualifying nights for every $5,000 in spend that you put on this card. But as you'll see when I break down the World of Hyatt business card, that card is actually more efficient in terms of earning you status if you are willing to put a lot of spend on one of these cards. Switching over to the business card, the first key difference between the two, and actually the main reason why I prefer the business card over the personal, is the straightforward sign-up bonus of earning 60,000 points after 5,000 in spend in 3 months. Although with the good comes the bad too, of a higher annual fee on this card with a $199 price tag, which actually doesn't offer a free night award, so there's no real easy way to recoup that value right away. Looking at the earnings with this card, you're getting the same 9x for your Hyatt purchases, although as we know now, you're only really getting 4x by holding this card. Outside of your top 3 categories, you're earning 2x back on fitness clubs or gym memberships and 1x back on all of your other spending. Scrolling down to the benefits, you are eligible to earn a $100 statement credit in the form of 2 different $50 credits after making 2 separate purchases at any Hyatt property. For me, I know for sure that we would use these right away, probably within an hour of getting to our resort that we're looking at for our honeymoon, on some food and beverage. And now that I'm into this whole credit card points and miles game, I'll definitely look to only be booking any hotel stay just using points. So really the only time that we could use this is on food and beverage or maybe some activities at different resorts. Outside of that statement credit, 2 of the other key differences between the personal and the business card is the Hyatt Leverage membership that comes with the business card, which essentially can give you all the way up to a 15% discount when booking different Hyatt properties. And you're also eligible for a 10% redemption rebate after spending $50,000 on this card in a calendar year, all the way up to 200,000 redeemed points. So essentially all you could get back, I guess, is 20,000 points. So it's really not a lot, but I guess a nice added benefit that comes with the business card. Another thing that might make this a decent option for business owners is the ability to gift 5 different people Discoverist Status by adding them as employees on your account. This is a way of not only gifting your employee status, but also using all of their spend to maybe chase Hyatt Globalist status or something like that if you do have the spend to do so with your business. The last key difference between the business and the personal card is the ability to earn 5 qualifying night credits after every 10,000 in spend on this card. And speaking of those qualifying nights, I do want to talk about Hyatt Status just for a minute. And as I mentioned in the beginning, I am definitely not a Hyatt loyalist by any means. I will not be someone who is chasing status, but that ability to earn those 5 tier qualifying nights with this card after every 10,000 in spend is one of, if not the main draw to bring people into this world of Hyatt business card as opposed to the personal. If you are one of those people who is chasing Hyatt status and are staying at Hyatts very frequently, this card gives you an option to basically earn that status or those tier qualifying nights more efficiently than you can with the personal card. Given that the personal card only gives you 2 nights every 5K, so let's say you're spending 10K on each different card, with the business card, you're earning 5 nights, as I just mentioned, and with the personal card, you're only earning 4. If you are someone who does want to chase status, I think the best strategy of doing so, and if your Chase 524 status will allow you to, is to add both of these cards, with the personal card giving you that free night certificate to offset that annual fee, and the 5 qualifying nights every account anniversary year. That starts you off with 5 nights towards status that you don't have to spend on or do anything with. It's just for renewing your account every single year. And then outside of that, put all of your spend on your business World of Hyatt card. Depending on how many nights that you plan on staying at Hyatt properties over the next year, you can do some pretty simple math to figure out exactly how much you will have to spend on that World of Hyatt business card in order to hit that Explorist or Globalist status. Along the way towards earning that status, you are actually earning different choice benefits along the way. So at 20 nights, you get the option of some of the different benefits that you can see on the screen here. At 30 nights, in addition to your choice of one of those 4 different benefits, you are actually receiving automatically another category 1 through 4 free night award. At 40 qualifying nights, you're getting a guest of honor award, which essentially gives you the ability to gift yourself or someone else globalist status for any stay of up to 7 nights. On top of that, you get the same choice of one of 4 different benefits, although at this tier they are a little bit upgraded or improved. And every 10 nights after that, you're getting more and more options, or I guess better options to choose from in terms of your choice benefits. Quite honestly, at least for me, again, as someone not chasing status, I definitely don't need either of these cards. Going back to some of the earning categories even, like only getting 2x back on dining, I mean my Amex Gold card earning me 4x back, or even some of my Chase cards, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or Freedom Unlimited, giving me 3x back is just a way better and more efficient way of earning those points. And on the business side, with my Chase Ink Preferred card, I'm actually getting 3x back for all of my internet spending with that card and 3x back on all of my digital or internet ad spending. So again, it just doesn't really make sense for me, at least in my mind, to put that spend on this World of Hyatt business card if that's the option that I decide to go for. And with the personal World of Hyatt card, again, a really simple card if you are a Hyatt loyalist and if you do have plans to use that free night award on a category 1 through 4 property. But again, at least for us, I don't see us using that, and we would essentially have to go out of our way to make sure that we use that every single year, so it's not really offsetting the annual fee to give me positive value. On the flip side, if you are someone who knows that you can use that free night award, then the personal card is essentially a no-brainer, and maybe you do have the spend to reach a Explorist or a Globalist status. Maybe adding both of these cards is the best option for you. It's all going to depend on your spending habits or your travel goals or preferences, but that's for you to decide. At the time of recording this video, we actually have a ton of spend coming up in just a couple of weeks from now with our wedding venue deposit, our wedding bands, my suit is ready, her wedding dress is ready. So we've got a lot of spend all happening at once, and we're looking to book our honeymoon hopefully by the end of next month as well. So the time is now really to add cards and hit as many sign-up bonuses as we can. As for Hyatt, and specifically these Hyatt credit cards that I'm talking about in this video and how those fit into this strategy, I learned about very recently that our wedding venue is actually a Mr. and Mrs. Smith property that is available to book through Hyatt's website. So in theory, we could, with these Hyatt credit cards, earn, I guess, all the way up to 9x potentially if there's a glitch in the system and they recognize it as a Hyatt stay. But I think at the very least, we will earn 4x back for our wedding venue deposits and then use the points from the sign-up bonus and from that 4x back on the wedding venue deposit itself to book our honeymoon. From all the research I've done on this, asking ChatGPT, reading up on the terms and conditions of the credit cards, reading up on the partnership agreement between Hyatt and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I can't quite figure out exactly what we could potentially earn if we were to use one of these cards. And I even took to Reddit to start my own thread on the Hyatt subreddit to see if there was anyone out there that maybe had experience in this area, and I couldn't really find a firm answer, so if you guys have any insight, please let me know down below in the comments. The reason I say that the likely scenario is that we'll earn 4x is because with our first wedding venue deposit, I actually put that on my Chase Sapphire Preferred, which if I go back to that statement and look, it did actually code under merchant type as lodging hotels. And again, because it is a property that's bookable through Hyatt's website, I'm hopeful that they will recognize it to at least earn that 4x back on that stay. The reason I'm fairly confident we won't earn 9x back is because we aren't actually making a booking. Therefore, my World of Hyatt membership account number won't actually be attached to the purchase. So we're losing out again because these cards are misleading. We're not actually getting 9x on these cards. I'll only be getting that 4x back that comes with the credit card and not the additional 5x back that comes with being a World of Hyatt member. Not only did I learn that our wedding venue is a Mr. and Mrs. Smith property, but shortly after that, just a couple of days later, I was doing some looking on Hyatt's website and on the Mr. and Mrs. Smith website and realized that the one boutique hotel that my fiance and I have always wanted to stay at down in the Caribbean is actually bookable on the Mr. and Mrs. Smith website and on Hyatt's website as well. This is a boutique resort that has been on our short list of essentially just bucket list 5-star resorts that we've always wanted to stay at, but have before this never been able to afford with cash. We had actually visited this property. We've rented out pool cabanas for just a day trip just to get a little bit of the taste of the experience of what it's like to actually stay there. And now that I know that we can actually book this property using points, I'm all in on Chase UR and Hyatt points to be able to make this once in a lifetime booking. As I've said in this video a couple times and all across my channel, the reason I got into this credit card game is to take advantage of our wedding spend to book the honeymoon of our dreams. And if we're not getting the best value, and if this is seen as a bad redemption, that doesn't really matter to me. I will, I guess, in a sense, always check the cent per point value just to make sure I'm not doing anything asinine or stupid, which maybe some of you view this as stupid, but again, I don't really care. This is something we wanted to do for years and years since we started dating. Now that I'm into this credit card points and miles game, we finally get to do that. If it really bothers you that much and you have a huge problem with it, why don't you go ahead? I'm giving you the green light. Go leave some hate down below in the comments. So I sort of alluded to it as I was talking through the comparison of the two cards, but with the business World of Hyatt credit card, I think that is a much better option, especially when it comes to just the raw sign-up bonus, the return on spend that you're getting for that initial 5,000, you're getting that full 60,000 points. And without a plan, or just based on our travel habits in years past, we don't really have a plan to use that category 1 through 4 free night award that comes with the personal card. So I did actually decide to apply for the World of Hyatt business card. As I said, we will definitely use that $100 statement credit in full, but we're still looking at an effective annual fee of $99. So because this is a business credit card, again, all the more reason for me to apply for this card, because I do have the option to cancel, let's say next year, if I'm not getting enough value out of the card without it affecting my personal credit score or credit report. Unfortunately, just like you may have seen in my other video where I went to apply for the Chasing Preferred card, which I'll actually link right here and down below in the description, I was unfortunately denied for my application, but in the case of that Chasing Preferred, after 4 different calls to chase reconsideration, I was finally approved. So I'm hoping for the same result this time with the World of Hyatt business card, hopefully just less calls to Chase Inc. Recon this time. If you want to hear more about my experience dealing with Chase's business card reconsideration line here in 2025, after they definitely have been tightening up approvals on their cards, I did get the chance to sit down with Anthony Venture and talk through my experience there. So if you do want to check that out, click into this video next. Or if you want to see more content on how I'm using my wedding spend with a credit card strategy and how you might be able to implement that if you have higher than average monthly spend, make sure you check out this video instead. Thank you as always for watching, especially if you did make it all the way to the end. I really do appreciate every single one of you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.